sole trading.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So but as we sort of started, I just kind of thought, oh, I need a business bank account. And so this is like 11 years ago. I was like, oh, I need a business bank account. I probably need a name because social media wasn't really, yes, obviously it was around 11 years ago, but it wasn't really part of what I was doing. Word of mouth was certainly where I got a lot of my customers. So I was just back then Joanne Adams primary tuition because just kind of thought it does what it says on the tin. I tutor primary age children. Um, and then I wanted to grow. And I looked at lots of different models and I thought, well, I'm full. I've got this massive waiting list, so I need other tutors. So I grew in that model. But this was, I think, just pre-COVID, which was the time when there was a court case in the offing, and it was like, how do you structure your business in this way to be completely compliant? So I was very worried about the complexities and the way to model it. I wanted to be uber compliant. I didn't want to set something up that then I had to unpick. So I went down the employer route and employed my tutors, which then obviously comes with PAYE, maternity pay, statutory sick pay, pensions, and
Yes.
health and safety, and all these other sort of things. And that then added a real big layer of stress to my business. Suddenly, I was then a manager, and my staff were brilliant. They were all brilliant people, brilliant teachers, and they were easy to work with. But what I hadn't factored in is that their clients would then always see me as the first point of call. So trying to I almost had to train my clients of the communication of the way to do them. And then if they weren't happy about something, it just added hours and hours and hours of work onto my daily week for admin-y, niggly, naff things that I really didn't enjoy doing. And yes, obviously, there's a proportion of the payment for that lesson coming to me. But when you talk about the extra marketing that you've got to do to gain clients for those teachers, and that is really a hard marketing game because if you are part of your business and they know you, they want you. So then when you're trying to market somebody else, no matter how fabulous they are, there is an extra layer of complexity to that. It is
There's a
harder.
resistance, right? It's like,
Absolutely.
but we
And
want
then,
you.
yeah. So at the time, COVID, obviously online, that was the only thing going, so people accepted it. And then there was like opposite happened. Sort of like 12 months, 18 months later, my people who'd gone from face to face to online were loving it, but new people coming in with their experiences of online schooling hated it with a passion and wouldn't even entertain it. So then it felt like I was into a hard sell scenario. So a lot of that time around marketing, hard sell, all that kind of thing was just really grating on me. It just wasn't me and it wasn't lighting me up. And I just thought this model isn't for me. And the risk as well, obviously with maternity pay and statutory sick pay and things like that, financially, there's some high risk. So yeah, so I stepped away from that and I'd set up as a limited company because the business plan, if it had worked and grown in the way that we planned it, would have then crossed the tax threshold.
Mm.
So it kind of, and I think as well, there was part of me as well that wanted to be taken seriously as a bigger company. So by being limited, then you've got that scenario of what, even 5 years ago, I think there was that element of, well, if you're a limited company, you're serious about business, but if you're not a limited company, you're not. And it's different now. So for me, I think the only way I would attempt, I would go limited. It was the tax threshold. If and when we get to the tax threshold, then that structure will change to a limited
Nearly there.
company. Oh, no. Um, no, not yet. But yeah, I wouldn't entertain that because the way you account and the submission of tax records is another layer of stress that I don't really want that. Accountancy doesn't light me up. I love my accountant. It lights her up. It really doesn't light me up. I will do all my paperwork and I'll keep it all tidy and I keep it all on top of it. But that I pay somebody to do that. So yeah, so then it was like, well, there's no need, setting up Happy Hedgehog Learning, there's really no need from a tax point of view, from an anything, and even employing staff or subcontractors, you still don't need to be a limited company. And I think there's a lot of um, not misinformation, misunderstanding
Mm,
about why you would need to do that, why you would need to go from being a sole trader to a limited company. The accountancy side of sole trading is so much easier. I know what comes in, I know what expenses, and my accountant knows what's applicable, what's not, and then obviously you've got your tax payment once a year, which is going to change obviously with MTD and things like that, but it's a breeze compared to a limited company. It's a breeze. So never say never, but there would have to be a financial reason like the tax threshold for me to go anywhere near that structure again, because yeah, it it's just more admin and I don't want to do more admin.